Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
Right, Aidan, we're going to continue our look around the college stadiums of the future. This one though.
Yeah.
These are future
ones that no one's seen before.
No, future college stadiums being built or being looked at. I love the stadiums they're building now compared to the stadiums we have. I mean, you look at things like Sophie Stadium, for example, or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is like state of the art. SoFi Stadium, yeah. And the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is so state of the art.
Yeah.
And when you go in like the older stadium, sometimes for us it's like you can't move. You know, the concession stand's just like a window in the wall.
Yeah.
And you've got like 7,000 or 8,000 people trying to get one beer out of that one window.
Yeah.
And it's just not good enough. But these future stadiums, I think they're sort of like geared for corporate hospitality, which is where the money's coming from now for many sport, which makes the whole viewing of the games a little bit prestigious, if you want. Sometimes not what all the historical sports fans want.
No.
But it's unfortunately it's going that way. So let's see what these future college football stadiums look like. Ready?
Future college football stadiums. New Aloha Stadium. The problems with the old Aloha Stadium started to show way back in 2005, when the stadium structure started to give. The biggest issue with the old stadium was the rusting caused by Honolulu's ocean salt climate. They initially used steel when building the stadium in order to avoid the need for painting, but it backfired. The steel...
Who would they play against?
Right, well, let me just stop you there because I've got some information on this. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's a Hawaii State. I could probably have a look on my message from yesterday, but one of our friends was watching, who happens to be my son's godfather, Declan, his godfather. He lives over in the USA, and his son is now in Hawaii, and he said to me, I've been watching your video about college football stadiums. His son, Thomas, is the special teams coach at Hawaii.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's Hawaii State, I'm not sure which team it was, but he's a coach at the special teams in the football league, the school football program.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said you should go over there.
No, but I'm just thinking, like, surely every time they play football games, you have to travel far.
Yeah, because it's like 5 hours on a plane, so just California, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's long.
wouldn't stop rusting, which put the entire stadium at risk, with the need for more room to hold more patrons and hundreds of seats needing to be repaired. A Honolulu engineering firm calculated that it would cost the state up to $215 million to repair the damage to the stadium, but even then they would only be preserving it for a few more years. In 2007, the state proposed the idea of using $300 million to build a whole new stadium instead of using $215 million to save a dying stadium.
Yep.
The old Aloha Stadium needed immediate repairs at this point, or would soon have to be demolished. The state used $12.4 million in May 2007 to remove the rust and corrosion of the old stadium. Over the next couple of years, the state would continue pouring money into the stadium to keep it standing, but eventually the state would come to the decision that the stadium was more of a liability than an investment. In early 2017, a study came out presenting the idea of a new building which would be smaller than the current one. The stadium would only have 30,000 seats and be built on existing property, along with some commercial developments surrounding it. In July 2019, the governor of Hawaii approved a new stadium project. The state will be putting up to $350 million to build the new Aloha Stadium, and it will be located in Halawa, Honolulu. It won't just be a stadium, but also an entertainment district that will include a hotel, rail station, mixed-up retail, an area for residential homes, and the 35,000-seat Aloha Stadium. Construction of the new stadium is set to begin later this year, and the opening of the new stadium sometime in 2026. The entertainment district is on a different schedule and will be completed somewhere between 2033 and 2038. New USF Stadium.
There's one for us, mate.
That looks quite
Hawaii
cool,
away.
Hawaii, mate, imagine.
Well,
surely you must
time.
if it's random who you play sometimes in I don't know how it works in the league and college, but if you're having to play Hawaii and you're in Florida,
I think the East and West and the South and I think they have their own individual divisions which they play. But I'm guessing if you get to the final, I'm guessing it could be anyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know, wherever it is, but it's. I think, yeah, you're travelling. It's a heavy travel schedule, isn't it, for Hawaii?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no NFL team in Hawaii, is there? I know they pondered it, so I think they talked about, what it'd be like if they put one in the UK and in Germany, because it's the same sort of time distance from the East Coast to Europe, and what it is from the West Coast to Hawaii. So if you're gonna have one in Hawaii, you might as well have one in Europe. But yeah, it's be a good away game, that though. Now we know at least someone who's on the team as well, who's a coach, hey, backstage and all that, in the locker room. Huh?
Stadium. Raymond James Stadium is the current home of the USF Bulls, but in just a few more years, the University of South Florida plans to have its own on-campus stadium to call home. Last year in September, the college chose contractor Barton Mallow and Populous Architects to design and build the new stadium. The stadium is set to cost around $247 million, based on a study in 2017 that proposed the idea of a 40,000 seat stadium that could one day expand to 50,000 seats. The new stadium will be built on Sycamore Field and is set to open sometime in 2026. Until then, the USF Bulls will continue to play their games in the Raymond James Stadium, which is the home of the NFL team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New Ryan Stadium.
Interesting take on the stadiums when they build them in the USA, like the college stadiums, more the smaller ones, how they leave both ends open.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know if that's somewhere like Florida to create some kind of like through breeze. I don't know because it's hot. I don't know what it's why the design is, but both ends were open there again.
And you see it quite often,
don't you? Yeah, the open ends. Whereas in the UK, when we build stadiums, they're all enclosed pretty much.
Yeah,
aren't we? I mean, you might get the odd corner that's not been linked, sort of thing, but not so much nowadays. But this stadium here looks mint. Look at that.
The Northwestern Wildcats will soon be getting a new stadium after the college is done tearing down the old one. No one is sure whether or not the college had plans to propose the idea of a new stadium, or if the college just saw the opportunity, after they were gifted $480 million back in September 2021 by the Ryan family. A year after the family donated the money, Northwestern came out and announced their plans to build a new football stadium. The new Ryan Stadium design includes 35,000 seats, which is 12,000 less than what the current stadium has. A noise-refracting canopy, roof, plazas, and technology to heighten the fan experience. Northwestern wishes to make this stadium more modern than the last one, and for that reason,
Where's Northwestern?
I think it's in, I'm not sure which state it's in. It might be in Washington, but I remember being in Dublin Airport and there was a big sign up for a college football game in Dublin that was being played, and it was Northwestern against Nebraska. And I thought, I'm looking at the sign thinking, that's kind of a strange football game to have in Ireland.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm pretty sure Nebraska might be known as, there's another college called Notre Dame, I think, sort of like from somewhere else, and I thought that might be one because they're called the Fighting Irish. So I thought, I get that sort of thing, but I'm pretty sure it was Nebraska against Northwestern, and I thought, who are Northwestern? I've never heard of that.
No, I've not.
And I was like, at the time in my mind, I'm thinking, is it some kind of like Irish team that's playing them? And then someone said, no, Northwestern is a college. Someone told me and said I think it might be in Washington.
You would assume so.
It's up that way, innit? It's got to be that way.
Yeah,
but they were playing in Ireland. Playing in Ireland against Nebraska. Yeah.
Oh.
the new stadium won't just be created for football games, but also to host other huge events like concerts. The new Ryan Stadium is set to open in 2026, but as of now, Northwestern has yet to work out where the Wildcats will play their games when the new stadium is being built.
Looks nice, all right.
Clemson Memorial Stadium renovations. Clemson Memorial Stadium, aka Death Valley. The stadium got its nickname not only because of Death Valley National Park, but also because the college is located on a hill that used to overlook a cemetery. It's funny, because if there is one thing about this...
I guess that's where it's... Is that where it is then? Because we both talk how we don't know where Clemson is.
South Carolina.
Is it?
Yeah. People let us know in the comments that it's South Carolina.
I thought the way you said Death Valley then it was near Death Valley Park.
South Carolina, but it says it's built on a hill overlooking... Used to be overlooking a cemetery. Where's the cemetery gone? Have they dug them up? Moved it away. And they run down, don't they run down a hill and get, wasn't it Clemson that ran down that hill to get into the stadium? They all turned up on the bus.
Yeah.
And then ran down the hill.
Was that not? I feel like they did run down the hill.
I think that was Clemson. Yeah.
It was like West Virginia, like Virginia Tech, or did something similar. And they were running down.
Yeah.
And they were running off the bus. That was Virginia Tech, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it was Clemson.
I could be wrong.
This college that will never die, it's the football stadium that's been standing tall since 1942. By now, most colleges would have moved on and just proposed the idea of a new stadium if they felt like the existing one was either too damaged or just not good enough anymore. Clemson is the exception. Over the years, the Clemson Memorial Stadium has been through various renovations to add more seating, improve the end zones, and make the fan experience better as demand started to increase. But there is always room for improvement, especially in this age of technology and entertainment. In September 2022, Clemson revealed that the stadium had undergone major renovations to improve the overall fan experience. Those renovations include a 126-foot wide, 56.5-foot tall video board with a whole new sound system. The lighting system has also been upgraded to improve the atmosphere during nighttime games. The renovations went on to include a premium space filled with 600 seats located on the concourse level of the west side of the stadium. This space acts as an indoor club with its own private bathrooms and an area for food and drinks. They added in a new video board on the east side of the stadium, along with a 365-day viewing connecting the stadium to the Scroll of Honor and Memorial Park. All of these renovations were completed back in 2022, but Clemson is still finishing up Phase 2 of the renovations. This will include major upgrades to the Tiger Walk experience through the Rogers family lot and renovations to the first floor of the West Zone. The college will be adding new locker rooms and other team areas. These haven't been updated since 2006, and Phase 2 of the renovation started in November 2022 and are expected to be complete in August this year. As part of the renovations to Clemson Memorial Stadium, there will also be 115 trees planted in the parking lot. Jerry Richardson Stadium expansion. Jerry Richardson Stadium is the home to the Charlotte 49ers of University of North Carolina, and currently the stadium holds less than 16,000 seats for fans. The university plans to change that in a major plan that contains multiple phases and will cost $102 million to complete. Phase 1 of the plan is to expand the seats to 21,000 as a start, but in the end there will be 30,000 seats in the stadium. This expansion won't just benefit the football program, but every single athletic team at the college. Phase 1 of the expansion will also include a new softball clubhouse, a stadium for men and women's soccer, women's lacrosse, a baseball clubhouse, and renovating the locker rooms of the basketball team. At this point, the college has already finished renovating the locker room for the football players. The expansion...
I don't know if you've ever seen the some of the college football videos we did on the Office Blokes, where we go inside, like, I think we did like, I want to say Alabama. We did Alabama, we did one in California, I think, maybe Louisiana State University as well, where we go in and we look at the locker rooms and all the inside of the stadium, what they've done for the development for the stadium.
Really?
Right.
Is it nice?
Yeah. It makes many Premier teams around the world, whether it be NFL, Premier League football, Bundesliga, Spanish League, whatever you want to talk about, rugby league in Australia, makes them look like Sunday League facilities.
Really?
Yeah, the facilities are incredible. We'll do some videos on it. If you want us to see them videos, let us know in the comments. And Aidan and myself will do some of them videos as well. I want to show you around the, well, no, I'm not going to show you around, but the video shows you around the complexes. It's absolutely mint, mate. It's an eye-opener.
Yeah.
Is in preparation for the Charlotte 49ers to join the American Athletic Conference, and while there is no exact date on when that will be taking place, the university will be working hard throughout this year and the next to complete Phase 1 of the expansion and improve their athletics. There is no date set for when the entire expansion will be complete because as of right now, the university plans to gradually add in a lot of the new buildings and upgrades for multiple sports teams. It is believed though the entire plan will take 10 to 15 years to complete. Possible Beaver Stadium renovations. Beaver Stadium has been the home to the Penn State Nittany Lions since 1960, but some parts of that stadium have been standing tall since 1909. Beaver Stadium has a seating capacity of 106,572. making it the second largest stadium in the Western Hemisphere.
Second largest stadium in the Western Hemisphere.
That's bloody massive, isn't it?
Yeah, do you remember the one where they did the whiteout, where they do all the white flags and the white towels? That's Penn State. Yeah, huge, isn't it? 106,000 in a college football stadium. Baffles us, right?
That's ridiculous.
Baffles us in the UK.
Yeah.
And fourth largest in the world. The stadium is considered to be one of the toughest venues for opposing teams, and maybe that's why Penn State refuses to part ways with the stadium. Beaver Stadium has undergone expansion 6 times in history in order to add in more seats, include more walkways and entry points, and to overall improve the fan experience. In 2015, it came out the university was looking to either replace Beaver Stadium with a new one or do more renovations. The university stated that despite all expansions done over the years, Beaver Stadium is still in need of more renovations if it is to keep the stadium going for the next 10 years. The elevators are small and sluggish. The stadium still uses bleachers. It has limited concession options, and the layout prevents wider use of the stadium. Penn State would like to be able to host other events such as concerts and the NHL Winter Classic game. Beaver Stadium has been a potential location for the famous event for a while. The fans don't wish to have Beaver Stadium replaced with a new one, but also acknowledge that renovations are needed as well. In 2022, it was announced that Penn State was working with Populous in order to come up with a new renovation plan for the stadium. So it does look like the university is avoiding a new stadium altogether. Penn State has made it clear that one thing it wants the stadium to maintain.
If you'd shown that to someone and said that's a stadium in the USA, who do you think plays there? I imagine the top 20 to 30 guesses will be NFL teams.
Oh yeah, probably.
No one will think college. If you ask someone outside of the USA, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Size of that.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's what it could look like, a potential new stadium. That's world class, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Incredible.
Maintain is a capacity of at
30 to 40,000 more seats than the average NFL stadium.
Yeah,
more.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not saying it's only college because that's what they're there for, but it's, imagine the college, the lower level, lower tiered football stadiums are getting more than the professional football stadiums. Yeah. I'm sure if you put, a 150,000 seater in some cities around the world, you'd fill it. Many teams would fill it. But this is incredible that they can, the colleges get this pumped up for it, and it's, they're filling stadiums. Like, I'd love it.
I want to know what it's like after you leave. How bad is it outside the stadium?
Yeah, I also want to know one thing. I want to know. Get home. Yeah. Well, I imagine it's college campus, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I imagine a lot of students are going to watch it. But how much does it cost for a ticket?
I doubt it'll be that much.
Subsidised.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we'd pay $50. Is it somewhere like $9?
If you're asking for students to come, you're not going to put a higher price tag on it, are you?
No. Interesting.
Especially if you want it to be the main thing you want them to go to make an atmosphere about it.
Yeah. Let us know what the ticket prices are for the college games.
At least 100,000 seats, which is very important to them. Wow. Penn State knows it's going to be a huge project, and some believe it could cost the university up to $500 million to make the renovations. So they want to add in more luxury boxes, scoreboards, and other things. As of right now, we only know that they are in the planning stage for the Beaver Stadium renovations, but an announcement should be made soon. Comment below which of these stadiums you are looking forward.
I would just leave it though. I wouldn't leave it like that. Obviously, I'd rather renovate it and rather than getting a new stadium. To be honest,
if it's renovatable because it holds a lot of history, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he said that it's the hardest for opposing teams to come to, the hardest stadium.
Because of the atmosphere and how loud it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, we seen it the other day. I think that was Penn State when we did one of the atmospheres and the delay a game because he couldn't hear what's going on, and you couldn't get the snap off in time. But it's some of these stadiums are just like, I mean, next time we go to the USA, we've definitely got on a trip and visit some of these stadiums, haven't we?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We definitely got to go to a college game. Number one, I don't like I say, I'm not sure which college game we go to. Carmen mentioned that's the guy whose son is the.
Not Penn State.
Penn State would be a good one to go to, wouldn't it? I really want to go to somewhere like Alabama though.
Alabama.
Or Ohio State. They're the ones that I'm looking at thinking they're going to be the ones I'm buzzing, but I think Penn State would be good. Who was the one that did jump around? Was that Kansas? Kentucky? It was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure who did the jump around and also who did the tomahawk.
I feel like that was Michigan or someone.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I just love seeing Michigan's a good one to go to as well. That's I imagine they've got like mad atmospheres. But they're the ones I think now watching these college stadium ones, I think I'd rather go to a college game than an NFL game.
I would as well.
Yeah.
The only problem is I wouldn't have a clue who anyone is on the pitch.
Well, you don't. It's not what it's about, is it?
No.
Okay. Anyway, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.